Hello my friends, this is FC7 and today I'm going to show you how I obtained two of my favorite clickies in the game, the Weir Harvester and the Bigger Belt of the River. They are from a quest called Sprucing Up Shakey from an NPC named Rebo Leafsway. This quest is available once every year from around mid-March until around early May or the end of April. And these items will allow you to summon drink and food. This was part of the 15th anniversary mission, which would have been around 2014. And I like to get these items for my alts every year. I feel like they're still worth owning because it helps to be self-sufficient, even though there are a lot of food and drink that have far better stats. I just feel like even though you can craft or you can buy stat items, it's always helpful to have items that you can create from scratch. That's why I always carry these in my inventory, so as soon as you say farm to Rebo, you'll be transported into an instance of West Carana. And this is where I put my box team. This is the main area where they'll stay. It always helps to have a magician with you for Call of Hero, which I do have a magician with me. So my mage is standing by. And I always keep my box team, like I said, right here. Either send the mage out to do these parts or just do them yourself. It is a lot of running, so be aware of that. So for the first task stage, you'll need to speak with Cleet Miller at his farm. And always just use the find button. It'll take you right to him. So there's Cleet. So as soon as you say the word till, the task will update. So as soon as the task updates, it will give you three options. You can loot Burled Wood, the tin ore, or the crystal, and I usually go for the wood first, which will drop from the tree like NPCs in the area. So what I'm going to do is just go back to my starting point up here, and there will be trees roaming around. There's a couple right now. And this is why it's helpful to have a mage, because he could just COH you back. Get my other alts in here. There's my mage. And I will just use the group version of COH to get everybody organized. And there's the first NPC type that will drop the burled wood that I need. And there's an ad. So depending on your level, this should be really easy. I'm attempting this at level 110, and these mobs really are no problem for me. So we'll just kill these guys quick. So I think we'll need 6 of these before we can move on. I'll show you a couple more. So they can drop randomly off of these guys. And I usually have a healer mercenary with me, just to make this easier. Depending on which class you are, you should be able to solo this past 105, I think. So now that we have the 6, yeah, I'll show you the 6th one here. So now that that is complete, I will move on to looting the tin ore. You'll need 2 of them from the goblin miners in the northwestern section of the plains. So I will go up to the northwestern section up here on the map. And there are goblins near the walls. So we'll just find a few of those. They can drop randomly from any of them. And in order to help see better, I will make myself the main assist so I have the targeting ring, because these goblins are hard to see. So target nearest NPC, and these are the guys that you'll need. There are quite a few of them. So we will loot the 2nd tin ore, and the task will update. Now we need to find the crystal, and it drops from bandits. It also helps to have somebody that can track in your party as well. But I just look at the map and find the bandit camps. So loot that tin ore, make sure you get the update, and it's on to the bandits. There are a number of bandit camps in the zone, as well as ones that wander, and any one of them can drop the crystal, and you only need one, so that's a good thing. So here's the bandit, and unfortunately he doesn't drop it, so I'll just edit past the fight, move on. And here's a bandit camp. And what I will do, since I'm on my necro, is just drop my damage over time aura right in the middle of that pack. And that has a damage over time that will kill these guys. Just make sure to keep them next to the skeleton head. But I'm sure any class that is attempting to solo this will do a good job. These mobs are only level 100. It might be difficult for a group that is a little bit less than, say, level 105, 110. So just be sure to bring some crowd control here. So now we have the crystal. Now we need to obtain a crystal harvester mold from Spinner, and that's easy to find on the map. Well, just use the find button, and then Spinner should be right there on the find. And then a red line will lead you right to him. And again, what I'll probably do is just edit past a lot of this running, so it's not so boring. It is a huge zone. So here we are next to Spinner's camp. Dweller's house. Just go in and you can either do a quick task for him to get the crystal harvester, or you just you say enemy and he'll attack you. In this instance, I'll just say enemy and just fight him. So he'll start attacking. And he's actually really tough. I remember the first couple of years I did this. He actually beat my Necro here a couple times. So he's no joke if you're not prepared. So the quest you do for him, if you choose friendship, it's really easy too, but I won't go through that right now. Maybe I'll do another video on this quest where I actually do the little mini quest for Spinner. But for right now, I will just be his enemy. Alright, so then you loot the harvester mold. Now you have to combine the wood, the ore, the crystal harvester mold in a nearby forge. So here's the forge you need. And I've done the quest already, so I have this recipe in my favorites. But if you're doing this for the first time, you just use this window. Just put all the items in there and press combine. So now that the task stage is complete, you need to attempt to till the rocky soil at Cleet's farm. So I need to go back to the farm, which is where my mage comes in handy for Call of Hero. So what I will do is just summon my Necro. So now just run back to the farm. And you will need to till the rocky soil, which is right next to Cleet Miller. So I'll show you where. It's a little spot right over here, if I can target it. So here we are in West Crana. Oh, I gotta till the soil first. So then just right click and then return to Cleet to discuss your findings. So your next step is to question Chief Goonda about how to enchant the harvester, which if you just use the find button again, you can find Chief Goonda. It should point the area on your map, take you right to him with the red line. There it goes. So just follow it. And again, in the interest of time, I will just edit past this part and get right to him. So here he is. So what he's going to do is ask that you bring an immaculate animal pelt back to him. So I will use my mage to call upon myself back. And any animal should do, any animal in the zone should be able to drop the pelt. So just, I go back to the main area, again, just where my alts are, and just start attacking various animals here. Like there's a few lions in the zone. And I've found that they don't drop from the NPCs that you had to kill at the start, like the tree guys or the goblins. They won't drop this. It has to be these kinds of animals. So we'll see if it drops. That one didn't do it, so maybe this one will. There we go. The immaculate animal pelt. So now we have to bring it back to Chief Goonda, and again just use find, and it'll take you right back on the map to him. So we'll just run back and hand it in. So as soon as you hand it in, you will be attacked by an ancient spirit. So the task is going to update, and then it'll give you the task of proving your worth by battling the ancient spirit. So the ancient spirit will appear right behind you, and this guy's pretty tough too if you're a lower level. So it's just this little glowing thing here that looks like a wisp. So you don't kill it outright, you just battle him until he gets to around 25 to 30% health. And then the task should update. So we'll see that here quick. So he didn't die. And now you have to hand in the harvester to the ancient spirit. And be sure to give it to the ancient spirit, not to Goomba. I made that mistake the first few times that I attempted this task. So now he will give you back an enchanted crystal harvester, and you will need to go back to Cleet's farm and till the rocky soil with that, and recover the shimmering hay. So we'll have my mage call a hero me again. And I'll run back to Cleet's farm and go back to the area that you need to till the soil at. This time you have to do that with the enchanted harvester. And be careful because these mobs will aggro you. So just make sure to avoid that. So target the soil, cast the harvester, and loot the shimmering hay. And now you can tell Cleet Miller of your success, which should finish the task. So now the task is completed. But in order to get the 2 clickies, you have to use the harvester and go to each of these rocky things. There's something like 10 or 15 of them, and you have about 7 casts of your harvester before it breaks. So each one of these rocky soils can possibly drop one of these 2 items. So I will just run around here and cast the enchanted harvester on each until it breaks, and see if I get one of the 2 clickies. And it does offer a lot of junk. These items are worthless, but they are worth a lot of platinum, like a couple hundred each. So just don't delete them. So eventually, I do come to a spot where I get a weird harvester. Sometimes you can do this quest and not get anything. I don't know if both can drop in the same task. I'm assuming so. Or they might have it coded so that just one drops, I don't know. But I'm going to give this one to my warrior. So I'll just switch to my warrior here quick and run and loot. So all in all, this quest takes about 20 minutes. At least it takes me about 20 minutes every time I do it. And it's a nice item to have. You could find yourself stranded somewhere or in the middle of a raid and you need some food or drink quick. And now you have the option because you have a clicky that can do it. So I'll just loot this quick. And I will put it right next to my belt. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see that these two items in my hotkey, my hotbar, always have this belt and this harvester. So I'll just loot some food and drink for my warrior here, and the quest should be over. So that should just about do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope everybody's doing good. I have yet to do a video on the newest expansion. This is actually the first video I've done in quite a while. This is my first one of 2020. I'll have to get to the latest expansion. I've just been busy. Especially with the global situation, maybe people will have some extra time to do these quests and have some fun. So everybody have a great day, and I will do some more videos in the future.